Tonight it's high school hockey on WMSA, the Raiders and IHC. Our broadcast this evening brought to you by the A-Plus Mini Market, downtown Massena. By Agway, the family farm, home, and garden center, South Main Street, Massena. By Collins Brothers, Sunny Service Station, East Orvis Street, Massena. By Reynolds Metals, St. Lawrence Reduction Plant. Working together, their quality shines through. By the Massena Paper Company on East Orvis Street. By North Country Savings Bank, 22 Phillips Street. Homestead Dairies, West Hatfield, in the corner of North Main and Maple Street. By the Seacom Federal Credit Union, Stern Street, Massena, and also on Andrew Street. By North Country Sports, Main Street, downtown Massena. Bogosian's Carpet and Furniture, 70 Willow Street. By the Massena Savings and Loan, 121 Main Street. Massena Building Supplies, 70 Water Street. By Massena General Contracting, phone 764-5457 or toll-free 1-800-427-0226. By the Massena Super Duper in the Hart Haven Shopping Center, Massena. And by Hahn Welding Supply, located on Route 56 near the intersection of Route 37. The Massena Invitational Holiday Hockey Tournament coming up in just a moment on WMSA. Number 7. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Massena Arena as we get ready for tonight's second game. As we mentioned a few moments ago in the first game, BFA, a very exciting finish as Potsdam had tied it up 2-2 late in the game with just over 2 minutes left. BFA came back and got a goal with 19 seconds left to win it, 3-2. So they'll be awaiting the winner of this game in tomorrow's championship game at about 5 o'clock here at the arena. Again, good evening, everyone. Jerry Manor with you for the play-by-play, and my analyst alongside, Dave McLennan. Good evening, Dave.
Good evening, Jerry. And the first question I've got to ask, and a very important question, did Santa make it to your house on Christmas Eve?
Well, let me put it to you this way, Dave. If he hadn't, I wouldn't be here.
Okay.
So, yes, he did. We'll be ready for the start of tonight's game, but first we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Yes, we are. We are. All including a tournament victory over Potsdam, 3-2 early in the year.
That's right, Jerry. And you know, tournaments are something special. They bring out the best in teams. The players like tournaments, the fans like tournaments, and even the coaches get a little extra edgy. So I think whatever IHC has, whatever the Raiders have, it'll bring out the special thing because everyone likes to participate in tournaments. And you mentioned IHC's record. They opened up in the Potsdam tournament against Newmarket, and they lost 4-2, and they beat Potsdam 3-2. Then they had wins over Alex Bay, Utica, Notre Dame, and Hamilton, and they're mentioned as stand-in in the pregame. They lost the other day 5-4 to Utica, Notre Dame. But Coach Mike Savage he's confident. He feels he's got two strong offensive line, the first two units, and his third unit experience. It's a checking line. He's got his veteran defensive core and his goaltender, Mr. Number 1, Ryan Hawthorne. He's been out of hockey for 5 years, but he's got a lot of confidence in him. Said he's a great athlete.
Sean Johnson will step into the face-off circle against Pat Tracy, and we're underway as the puck goes back in the IHC zone. Tracy after it, in behind the net, picks up the loose puck. Here's Tracy in the corner, right side gets tied up. It comes to Murphy. Murphy trying to come side of the net, taken away by the defenseman Mike Savage, one of the coach's sons, and Savage slides it down right on, and Bruce DeRushy has to make the save. Tracy picks up puck side of the net, trying to move it through. It's poke-checked away. Brett Schneider feeds it around the boards for Murphy. Murphy trying to poke it out, kept in, dumped right in behind the net. Now racing for it is Tyler Savage, the coach's other son. So he's got two boys playing on this team. Puck behind the net. Massena trying to control it out, and Tracy manages to slide it out to center ice, dumped right back in again, and it comes to Adams. Adams head man to Scotty McCracken. He turns, trying to speed it ahead. Knocked away. Schneider gets a piece of it. He has it swept away. It's dumped along the red line. Finally picked up there by Spaziani, who takes it across the blue line. Gets a very weak shot. In on net, the save made, and the puck comes free behind the net. They jam for it there, and it's side of the net. Finally, it's picked up by Tommy Moore. Moore feeding Bigelow, breaking down the right wing side. Here's Bigelow trying to go through. Good play by the defenseman, and we're going to have an offsides call as defenseman Eric Plumpton stop that play as Bigelow streaking down the right wing side. And so with 13:46 left on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, it's 0-0.
IHC open up kind of cautious. They're for checking just one man right now, holding that off wing back. Another thing, the IHC number 19, Mark Gaffney, if he's not the tallest defenseman in the league, he's got to be close to it, or I should say in the section.
Okay.
Section 3.
Section 3. Back along the boards. The puck in the zone. Now they move it out of there. Vince Spaziani kind of carried it along, so he'll be called for handling the puck. And I think there's going to be a delay of game penalty.
Yeah, Vince got about 8 yards in that carry.
Yeah. So delay of game, the call. So Massena will pick up the first power play of the game.
No question. No reason for Vince doing that. He just maybe felt the puck felt good in his hands. I don't know. But as I say, he had first and 8 yards. He carried it a long way, and Tommy Caruso whistled him for delay of the game.
And the reason they call the penalty is because there was no reason. He didn't get it caught in his equipment or anything.
No.
So we've got the Massena second unit out there. The Jake Morris line on the power play as IHC clears the puck down the ice. We've got Levac and Thompson playing the points. Out there trying to kill it off. We've got Rob McAloon and also Ian Esposito. Across the blue line, here comes Tommy Moore into the corner. Right side of the goalie. Back to the point it comes. Here's Levac, winds, the shot through traffic. Save made by Ryan Hawthorne, and it goes up off the ice surface. And what are we going to have here?
We're going to have
a penalty.
Yeah, double. I think there's, he's going to call one. I think he's going to call double minors.
Tommy Moore.
I think Tommy Moore is going to go.
And I think the goalie,
I think the goalie's going to go. Yeah, he's going to call them both for roughing probably. Tommy skated across the crease, and the goalie gave him a little shot, and Tommy retaliated. Tommy likes to park in front on that, especially on that power play, and he does yeoman work. He parks in front and screens that goaltender, and it takes a bulldozer to get him out of there. And Ryan Hawthorne took exception to that, but he's going to send them both.
Actually, Hawthorne won't go in, but McAloon will have to serve his penalty. It's got to be somebody who was on the ice at the time of the goalie's penalty. And, well, let's see if they let him play 4-on-3.
Okay.
We've seen it both ways this year.
The Cavaliers, I believe it's the Cavaliers, isn't it the IHC Cavaliers?
Yeah.
They were playing a passive box. We'll see what type of triangle they play.
Now it's going to be 5-on-4 still.
5-on-4.
Because of the matching penalties. So we need another Cavalier out there.
Okay, he's down here in front of us on the. No, he's going in the box.
We'll have to wait and see what they decide here. And well, now we've got Tommy's going to get a 4-minute penalty.
At 1:52 of the first period,
which
a penalty, the IHC goalie, number 1.
Well, we'll wait and see. Hawthorne getting the minor high sticking.
Is served by number 11, Rob McAloon.
Okay.
Also at 1:50.
Now let's see what Moore's penalty is for.
A major penalty.
That's a major. So he's in the box no matter what IHC does.
Okay.
4-minute major.
4 minutes for slashing.
Yeah.
Goalie.
Slashing major. And they do protect the goalie a little bit. Whereas if that was done against somebody else, it would have been just a minor penalty. But because it's against the goalie, it's a major penalty, which means that in a minute and a half, it's going to be IHC, and they can score as many power play goals as they can get.
That's right. They'll have a 2.5-minute advantage. The officials for tonight, Wayne Hummel from Ogdensburg and Tommy Caruso from Potsdam.
Off the faceoff, Mike Adams picks it up at the point, stops, feeds it over to Brett Schneider. Schneider right in front. They try to get it free to Murphy, but he couldn't quite come up with it. It goes back along the boards. Here comes Adams, skates in there, has it poke checked away, and out to the blue line, kept in nicely by Massena. Here's Brett Schneider. Schneider fakes the shot, goes to Tracy. Tracy's drive from the point, the save made, and it's cleared back to the blue line and down the ice. You're listening to Massena Red Raider Hockey on WMSA, Massena, New York. Okay, back in the zone. Here comes Pat Tracy, lugging it out for the Red Raiders. Tracy across the red line. Here's Tracy, takes it in the zone. Moves it along the blue line. He's got Murphy back at the blue line. Now they move and shift and try to set things up. Tracy goes across for Adams. Adams trying to center it, but it's knocked down. He goes back to Schneider at the point. 10 seconds left in the power play. Here's Brett Schneider's shot. Just missed the side of the net. Adams fired it wide along the boards. Back to Schneider, and he loses it, and it's dumped down the ice, and Watertown gets a player back, IHC, and it's going to be 4-on-4 now, I guess. Anyway, it's going to be even up for a short time, but then IHC will go on the power play as soon as the minor to the goalie is up. Okay, the puck controlled by Tracy again for Massena across the blue line, 1-on-4, trying to head it across the ice. Murphy steps back to pick it up, has it poke checked away, and it's dumped down the ice with 1 second, the end of the penalty, and they're going to call icing on IHC as they were both even up. So we're down to 2:28 left in the major penalty to Tommy Moore, and 11:36 left in the period. On the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, it's 0-0.
Both clubs did a good job. The Raiders moved the puck well on the power play, and IHC didn't fluster, didn't panic. They cleared a path in front of Ryan Hawthorne, gave him a good look at those shots from the point, and that's all you can ask your defenseman to do. Your goaltender has to do the rest.
IHC on the power play now. Jake Morris and Jeff Bigelow out to try to kill it off, along with Thompson and Post. And here comes Sean Johnson, has it poked away. Now he backhands it in the zone. Post picks it up, doesn't get it out. Bigelow takes a whack. He can't clear the zone either. It comes to Stanton. His shot, I think DeRushy got a shoulder on it, knocked it into the corner, but not out of the zone. Jake Morris back there trying to get it out of there. He can't. It does slide out on its own, though, back out to center ice. Delay offsides called against IHC, but they clear. Tommy Post picks up the puck. Does he get it out? No, he doesn't. Kept in it. Yeah, I guess he did get it out. They call the offside. Wayne Humel right at the line makes the call, and the faceoff will move outside the zone with 1:53 left in the major penalty.
Bit of a delay out there, but Wayne was right on the line, as you mentioned. The Cavaliers went with their big line of Tyler Savage, Sean Johnson, and number 4, Greg. How do you pronounce that?
Dole.
Dole. Okay,
Greg Dole. Okay, we've got some new penalty killers out there. Fauché and Tracy, and Adams and Schneider. Off the faceoff, puck just inside the Massena zone. Tracy throws a check, trying to come up with a puck. He can't. Picked up there by Tyler Savage. Here's Savage. His shot knocked down by Adams. Adams gets a skate on it, takes a whack at it, doesn't clear the zone. Tracy follows up. He can't get it out of there. Now Adams again finally gets a stick on it and fires it down the ice. We're down to a minute and a half in the major penalty. Mark Gaffney, the big defenseman, feeding it ahead now. Coming off the bench is Spaziani. Spaziani cross wink wide pass to Tyler Savage. Savage in the corner. Goes back to the point. Gaffney starts to skate it in over on the other side to Tyler Savage. Back around the boards, back to Mike Savage, I should say. Savage trying to move it around. They come in the slot. Tyler Savage can't get the shot off. Fauché picks it up and dumps it down the ice. A minute left to go in the major penalty. And 10 minutes left in the period. Peach Jewelers scoreboard says 0-0. Now the puck almost stolen by Bigelow. He steps in there trying to fight for it in the IHC zone, but it's out to center ice. Here comes Johnson's puck stolen. Bigelow breaking in, gets by check backhander, and the save made by Ryan Hawthorne. Hawthorne pretty much had the net covered, but a good job. Now IHC comes back the other way. Spaziani, his shot from just inside the blue line knocked down by Schneider. He and Schneider go into the boards together. Puck comes free and back out to center ice. 25 seconds left in the penalty. Now the puck in the zone. Brett Schneider starts out, or just dumps it, in fact, and it's stopped there by Eric Plumpton, the defenseman. Plumpton off the boards out to center ice, ahead to Jason Johnson. His shot is gloved, and it's left into the corner by the Massena goaltender, Bruce DeRushy. Now the puck bouncing behind the net. Johnson hits the side of the net, and I guess it got tied up in the mesh as the faceoff is called with 1 second left in the major penalty. 9:09 in the period, first period, and so far, no damage.
No damage on that man advantage for IHC. Looked like they tried to isolate number 18, Tyler Savage, in the slot. They worked the puck around on the outside until they isolated him in the middle and then dump it into him for a quick wrist shot. And they worked it rather well.
Off the faceoff, puck bouncing around and out to center ice. We're going to have controlling with a high stick call against McCracken, and that'll move the faceoff, but that takes care of the penalty, and the faceoff will be just inside the Massena zone.
IHC looks like a pretty solid club, Jerry. I think they match up well with the Raiders as far as size. They might be a little bigger, and so they'll be tough to push around.
Okay, off the faceoff, we got the third lines out there. Fauché line out there against the Ritz line, out to center ice, bouncing around back in the Massena zone. Racing for it is Esposito in behind the net. Thompson takes him out of the play. They both fall down. The puck kicks away, picked up side of the net, bouncing around in front, and it comes back to the point. And we're going to have a whistle, we're going to have a penalty, and a cross-check call is going to go against Massena, I believe.
Yes, it is. Number 4. Yep.
Brian Levac.
Brian's going to take a cross-checking penalty. Well, I better wait. Now, I'm in the habit of calling those before the official actually gets over there. I assume things too many times. Yes. Well, hey, 1 for 1 tonight.
Yeah.
I was 0 for 5 the other day.
So IHC right back on the power play. One of the things Massena's had a problem with is taking too many penalties this year.
And I think Coach Savage is pretty pleased with his power play coming into the night, so the Raiders can't afford to take too many cheap penalties against this club.
The face-off, Tommy Post clears it down the ice. Fauché and Tracy out there along with Post and Thompson. Oh, Fauché steals it side of the net. Can't get the shot off, has it poked away. And back down the ice comes Sean Johnson. Johnson makes a good move. Can't get the shot off, though, as Thompson comes back to help out. Now the puck into the back of the net. They try the wraparound. DeRushy had it covered. He's down, but it comes free. Back over to Sean Johnson in the corner. Johnson slides it back to the point. Here's Savage trying to feed Johnson in the slot. Sharp angle shot. Save underneath DeRushy. He looked behind him.
Yeah, he wasn't sure. He took a look. He took away the short side and held his ground. He made the the IHC player, make the first move, but Bruce wasn't sure that he had it because when that goaltender turns around and looks behind him, that gives coaches gray hairs. IHC, that time they had 4 guys down in front, only 1 back on the point. That was a little unusual formation. Somebody forgot to fill.
Off the face-off. Comes into the corner. Massena trying to control it. Mike Adams looks for the hole and feeds it up into the Massena bench.
Mike threaded that through 2 IHC players and up into the mezzanine.
So they'll have to do it all over again. Off the face. Puck bouncing around. Comes back to the blue line. Bigelow comes up with it and slides it to center ice. Back there to pick it up is Mike Savage. His headman pass bounces. Johnson trying to center it. Goes off a leg in behind the net. Poked around. Picked up there by Bigelow. Bigelow slides it along the boards. Can't get it out of the zone. Here's Tyler Savage. Shot. Saved DeRushy. Savage made it look like he was going to pass it in the slot, but instead took the good shot. A little high, but DeRushy made the save with his chest and held on.
I lost my power. Oh, here we go. Okay. Cutting in and out here, Jerry. Number 4, Greg Dole just dodged the bullet there. He slashed one of the Raider players on the, could have been Brett Schneider on the back that time, and the official missed it. But and number 18, Tyler Savage, is a quality hockey player. You can tell that from the first few minutes of this hockey game.
Here's a backhand shot knocked down in front, picked up by Bigelow, and he dumps it down the ice. About 10 seconds left in the man advantage for IHC as the puck back in their own end. Tyler Savage looking to headman it. Comes out to center ice. Meant for Spaziani, but it goes off his stick. It's dumped right back in. And that right there is going to take care of the penalty as Massena back to full strength after being penalized for quite a bit of the first portion of this period. Now Moore throws a hard check, but the puck squirts free. Spaziani moves it and dumps it in the Massena zone from just outside. In behind the net, Brett Schneider feeds it around the boards. Moore has to go against his skate, has to come back for it. Backhands it around on the other side. Jeff Bigelow. Bigelow trying to poke it out of the zone. It's kept in at the point. Is it kept in at the point? I guess it is kept in at the point. It goes into the corner again. Schneider gets a piece of it. He can't control it. They feed it right in the slot. Here's a shot. Big save by DeRushy with a glove. And Massena clears it out to center ice. In fact, down the ice, but they wave the icing off. We're down to 6.5 left in the first period, and it's still 0-0 on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. Now the puck dumped, but it doesn't get out of the zone, and now it slides out. Coming down the ice is Esposito, has it poked away. Back comes Pat Tracy. He's got McCracken. Tracy circles, trying to slide it through. Knocked down by Mike Savage on the defense, and he's going to shoot from the red line. DeRushy makes the save. Nice shot right on the ice, even though it was a long shot. Now Post just headmans it to center ice, dumped right back in the zone. The bouncing shot right on, however, that would not have been a goal as it would have been an offsides. Now behind the net, Thompson trying to feed it ahead. Murphy to McCracken. McCracken over skates, but Tracy follows it. Here comes Pat Tracy across the grain. We have an offsides, though, and the whistle blows, and the faceoff will come outside IHC territory.
Scotty McCracken's in the holiday spirit. He has a new addition to his equipment, some nice red tape around his pads, and the blade of his stick is taped in red tonight. It must be because of the holiday season. He's a festive kind of guy.
5:46 left, first period, still 0-0 on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. Massena IHC, the Johnson line out against the Tracy line. Off the face, the puck comes to Post, who just dumps it. It's intercepted by Stanton. Stanton right back in the Massena zone. That'll be an icing call as it went all the way down the ice. And we'll move things back into IHC territory.
Mainly due to the penalty situation, the Raiders killing off a major to Tommy Moore, and then right back with Brian LeBac. The flow of this game in the last several minutes has tilted in favor of the IHC Cavaliers. They've been taking the game right to the Raiders, and number one in that with that white jersey on down there, Bruce DeRushy's been standing tall for the Raiders.
Off the face-off, bouncing puck, McCracken trying to feed it into the slot, but it's back to the point. Poked into the corner by Post, controlled by the Cavaliers around the boards, and it's out to center ice. Coming back for it is Tommy Post. In his own end, circles all the way back in behind his own net, trying to move it out. It comes down the ice to center ice, stopped by Plumpton. Plumpton, skating at his own blue line, bounces it into the Massena zone, and they wave the icing off. And it's picked up behind the net, or Tracy attempts to. Coming in to help out is Thompson, and Thompson starts out from Massena. Thompson, headman, hits Murphy. Oh, nice move. Murphy's going to break in all by himself. Shot, and big save by Ryan Hawthorne. There's going to be a penalty on IHC. Whoa, what a save by Hawthorne.
Great save by Hawthorne. A great move by Scotty Murphy. The pass from Timmy Thompson out of his own zone. Scotty did a 360, spun around and caught them. And the surprising thing, he didn't lose any speed. He maintained his momentum. Busted down on that right side, went in. The goalie, Hawthorne, held his ground. Scotty was looking, and fired for the far side, and Hawthorne made a great save on the play.
Got that arm out there in front of the shot and knocked it away. So Massena will go back on the power play here, their second power play of the game. They're 0 for 1 on the power play, obviously.
Number 20.
Okay, that's Ian Stanton.
A minute and a half for a slash.
Off the face-off, puck in the circle. IHC controls it, and they dump it down the ice. Massena's got the Jake Morris line out there. Morris, Moore, and Bigelow. And Massena controls it. Here comes Mike Adams. Adams feeds it ahead. It goes off Moore's stick into the zone of IHC. Bounce back to the blue line. Morris takes a whack at it. He can't control it. It bounces around. Finally, it's picked up by Schneider. Schneider feeds Morris in the corner. Passes around the Moore in behind the net. Moore gets kind of tied up, gets free, and passes to Jake Morris. Morris with it, lost in his skate, gets it back again. In the circle, trying to center it. Bigelow. Bigelow has to go behind the net. Here's Jeff Bigelow back to the point. Mike Adams feeds Bigelow, goes by him. In behind the net, Tommy Moore after it. Moore picks it up. IHC staying in their box very well here. Here's Bigelow, or Moore rather, in the corner. Back pass goes back to Schneider. Schneider fakes the shot. Over to Adams. Adams steps in, feeds it in behind the net. 30 seconds left. Morris comes after it. He can't control it. Picked up by IHC, bouncing around. Now it's Moore to Morris. Morris circles behind the net. He's got it. Here's Morris with it. Back to the point, and Schneider can't keep it in. A little bit too much mustard on that pass by Morris. Now Schneider drops it. Adams. Adams trying to feed Murphy. Murphy has it poked away. Comes back to Adams, who dumps to an open wing. Schneider follows it. Here comes Schneider dumping it with 5 seconds left in the power play. Murphy loses it, gets it back, loses again, and it's dumped out to center ice. Here comes Adams, waits for his wings, dumps it in the zone, comes in behind the net. Back to pick it up is Mike Savage. Whistles it around the boards and out to center ice. Adams has to throw a check. The puck sits at the blue line, comes in the zone, and right on to Rushy. That should have been an offside, I think. But it's back out to center ice to McCracken. Here comes McCracken across the blue line, poked away. Bouncing shot, and it goes in behind the net. And we're going to have a penalty against IHC. And Scotty McCracken kind of drew that one. I think he incurred the wrath of Vince Spaziani. And Vince took a shot at him and got called.
Well, that one goes into the category of dumb penalties, Jerry. Now, Scotty McCracken and I think it maybe Mark McCaffrey, the big defenseman, ran into each other. They just bounced off each other and both went their way, respected each other for good, solid check. Vince Spaziani wasn't involved in the play. He came skating up behind and gave McCracken a real cheap shot. He wasn't even involved. So that goes as a dumb penalty.
So Massena goes back in the power play. Off the face-off, back to the point. We've got the Tracy line out there. Thompson trying to center it through. It goes off a leg, and Murphy picks it up in the corner. Scotty Murphy back behind the net for McCracken. Goes off his skate, high in the air, and back out to center ice. Thompson comes back for it. Here's Thompson. He's got Sean Johnson coming in on him. Johnson almost steals it away. Murphy comes back to help out. Scotty Murphy now lugs it out of the zone. Murphy, whoa, gets by one. Almost lost the puck, but follows it. In the corner, here's Murphy. In behind the net, there, fakes the wraparound. There's a whistle. We got what? Matching minors, I think.
I think so. He's going to call matching minors.
Tracy.
And I can't pick, number 10.
Okay, that's Sean Johnson.
Johnson and Pat Tracy. You know, all these penalties, it breaks up the flow of the game, the continuity of your team. Whether it's your power unit out there, your penalty killing. Now, I think Massena's third unit, they've probably seen the ice twice this period.
That's
and
right.
They've been short-shifted at that when they were out there. And even, when they're killing a penalty, there's somebody off one of those first 2 units or first 3 units that's not playing. So it really breaks up the flow of the game.
The number, Massena's number 20, Pat Tracy.
So Tracy gets the penalty along with Johnson.
And for
Okay, so it's still 5-on-4. And the puck goes back to the point. Mike Adams fakes the shot, goes to Jake Morris, back to Schneider. Schneider, shot right on, and we have a whistle. We got what, a man in the crease?
I think he's calling another penalty.
Another penalty.
Tommy Caruso's dishing this one out.
Is it against IHC?
No, he's not. He's just calling a man in the crease. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Stevie's running out of room over here in the stat chart on the penalty side.
Yeah, I know. There's been a lot in this first period, more than even usual.
That's 8 for the period.
Off the face-off, puck controlled by IHC. Neverdeen across the blue line, but he's knocked down. The puck comes free. Back to Bigelow. Bigelow, long headman pass. Morris to Bigelow. Here comes Bigelow all by himself. Shot, save. The rebound goes behind the net. Good opportunity for Massena, goes for naught. And we're going to have another penalty. A hit from behind against IHC. And that's going to go against, let's see here, Mike Savage, the defenseman.
Well, that time, Jake Morris undressed Mike Savage, the defenseman, stole the puck away from him, tied him up at the same time, and Jeff Bigelow waltzed in alone from about 40 feet out, and he let go a snapshot, a hard shot, but Ryan Hawthorne was equal to the task and kicked out that left leg.
That's going to give Massena a 2-man advantage for 30 seconds, is what it does, and a golden opportunity to take the lead.
You know, Coach Savage was concerned about that. He felt his team was aggressive, but it's all right to be aggressive, but chippiness, there's another category. Ooh.
Adams, the save, and a good chance for more, couldn't put it home. Back to the point. Here's the drive by Thompson, another big save, and holding on to it is Ryan Hawthorne. And so 2 big saves for Hawthorne as Massena knocking right now. 16 seconds left in the 2-man advantage.
And the Raiders want to make sure they don't lose that 2-man advantage. Stay disciplined. Don't fall into a foolish penalty. The Cavaliers are rough in front of that net, which they should be. You know, that's their job, and you just have to be disciplined. If you're going to go in there in a power play, you've got to take that.
Jake Morris wins the faceoff. Big faceoff back to the point. Thompson feeds it. Adams, the shot. And he fired it wide, and the puck goes all the way out to center ice. And he just missed. And we got a delay penalty against IHC. So this time, it's Thompson across the blue line, and he loses his stick, and IHC touches the puck. And we got a cross-check call against, I think that's going to go against Eric Plumpton.
Yeah, it was another one that go in the category of really a foolish penalty, and I see Coach Mike Savage is really shaking his head. Away from the play, the puck was out of the zone, and the defenseman just came across and cross-checked him.
Somehow we're getting overridden here by whatever Paul Durham is doing back at the station. Okay, thanks, Paul. Okay, Massena on the power play in behind the net. It goes to Murphy. Murphy back to Adams at the point. The drive, score! I think McCracken deflected it Fauché rather.
He did deflect it. Is it? Yes, it is. Joey Fauché parked just off the edge of the crease. And that time, Mike Adams, a nice low shot from the point. The time before that they had drifted one from the point, it was high. They couldn't deflect it. But that time, a nice low shot. And Joey Fauché standing off to the left of the crease, just laid the blade on it, and it was by Ryan Hawthorne before he had a chance. Beautiful goal.
IHC will get one back here, and Massena will still have a power play.
Well, you give a team enough advantages, advantage after advantage, they're eventually going to they're going to score on it.
So a 2-man advantage goal as the puck comes back, and it's picked up by Schneider, or I should say Adams. Adams to McCracken, who just dumps it in the zone. We got McCracken out there with Murphy and Fauché. Here comes McCracken, back to the point, Adams. feeds McCracken in the corner. Scotty controls it. 48 seconds in the period. Pete Schuler's scoreboard 1-0 Massena. Man in the crease. And that's Scotty McCracken parked in there.
That time, number 16, Mike Savage, who was playing defense for the Cavaliers, took Scotty Murphy out in front, knocked him on his can, and he was sure there was going to be a penalty. He turned around, looked at the official, put his hands up. Aren't you going to call it?
Not that time.
And all the penalties they've been taking, they've been justified. The officials have been doing a good job. IHC's been taking some real foolish penalties here.
Face off just outside. Off the face. McCracken whacks at it, gets it back to Adams at the blue line, or Thompson rather, and he just dumps it deep inside Watertown IHC territory, lifted back to the blue line. Adams keeps it in. Feeds McCracken. McCracken in the circle now, deep. Goes to Tracy. Tracy back to McCracken. Back to Tracy. No, goes back to the point. Adams did a good job keep it in. Fakes a shot. Goes to Tracy. Tracy shot deflected in behind the net. McCracken after trying to feed it to Murphy. Murphy can't get the shot off. Goes in behind the net again, McCracken. 25 seconds in the power play. Murphy back to McCracken. Right in front to Murphy. The shot goes in behind the net. That may have been off a leg. Now some pushing and shoving behind. The puck comes free around the boards. Picked up by Tracy. Tracy gets tied up by that big defenseman, Gaffney. The puck comes to Adams as the buzzer sounds. And so Massena does get a goal after one period, a two-man advantage goal. The Raiders are leading it 1-0. Here come the saves in the first period. Let's see here. DeRushy had some big saves early, 11. And let's see what Hawthorne had for the period.
For IHC, Ryan Hawthorne,
10 saves. So the shots on net were even.
Yeah, they were even, but the flow changed. The first few minutes of the ball game, it was pretty even. They were feeling each other out, and then the middle part of the period, IHC, the Raiders took a couple of penalties, and IHC had control of the game, dominated offensively, defensively, and then towards the latter part of the period, the last 4 minutes of the period, IHC started to take some foolish penalties. They were down 2 men on 2 occasions, and the Raiders were their power play started to click, and they really started to exert a lot of pressure.
And they finally did get one. I guess Joey Fauché got credit for the goal.
Yes, I'm sure he got the stick on that one. He was parked just off to the Ryan Hawthorne's right, and as we mentioned, a shot from the point. Mike Adams, nice low shot, and Joey parked in the right spot. And that's pretty hard to, it looks easy from up in the stands to get your stick on that shot that's coming in there 75, 80 miles an hour, but it's not. The players practice that each day, and it's quite a skill. And Joey executed it perfectly.
So it's 1-0 after one period of play. Our broadcasters, in fact, had a couple of two-man advantages and took advantage, scoring a two-man up goal. Joey Fauché getting the goal on a deflection of a Mike Adams shot, and Scott Murphy also picking up an assist on the goal. And it's 1-0. That's been the extent of the scoring here. And Massena will be on the power play for 11
major, but they've got to stay out of the box.
Off the face-off, Tracy drops it back to Schneider. Over to Adams. Mike just dumps it. IHC zone in behind the net. Mark Gaffney, the big defenseman, up to the blue line, not out. Kept in at the point by Schneider, who backhands it in behind the net again. Penalty is up, and we're at 5-on-5. In behind the net, Murphy after it. Over to McCracken. McCracken gets tied up, and Gaffney picks up the loose puck, feeds it out to center ice. And IHC trying to come up with a 3-on-2, but they don't. Taking it in, though, Sean Johnson. Johnson gets by Adams. There's going to be a penalty as Mike kind of hauled him down. And a holding as he clutched him. And Mike a little upset with himself, as well he should be, as he let Johnson get by him and then grabbed him.
Yeah, that was, and also in that last IHC penalties, when the penalty was up, I always told my kids, if the play is down in your RN defensively, you get down in there, unless I instruct it differently, get down there and help out. That time, the IHC player came out of the box, and I won't say a leisurely skate, but he didn't sprint across the ice to change. He actually gave Massena an extra probably 10 seconds on the power play down there.
Okay, Massena will have to try to kill one off. Here's a shot right on. A weak shot from the face-off. And getting the shot off with Sean Johnson, as he did win the draw, was sitting there, and he poked at it and got the shot on. Save made by DeRushy.
I know there's some players on both of those benches over there. The IHC and the Massena bench are saying to themselves, come on, guys, let's stay out of the box. I want to get some ice time out here.
Sean Johnson gets called for the penalty, a slashing call. I didn't see that one.
Neither did I.
But he's going to go into the box. And that means things will even up here at 4-on-4, plus the goaltenders.
I'm looking across the way at Coach Paul Savage, and I tell you, if looks could kill, some of his players would be.
He's not real happy right now.
He isn't too happy. He's not mad at the officials. I think he's just mad at his team.
Off the face-off, here comes Bigelow, breaking free, takes it in the zone, trying to slide it through to Morris, but it's intercepted. Back to the point, out to center ice. Now poking after it is Thompson, has it taken away, and coming in on the left side is Tyler Savage. Can't get the shot off. It's poked away at the last minute by Brett Schneider as he covered up for Thompson right there. Now back, it's dumped into the Massena zone right on. Otherwise, that probably would have been an icing call. The puck comes free, picked up there by Thompson, and he dumps it. I don't know what he was doing that for. They waved the icing off.
They claimed it hit a IHC stick.
Okay, and it's back in IHC territory. Around the boards, poked by Bigelow. Morris picks it up, takes it back out to center ice. Looking for some skating room, takes it in the zone. Here comes Jake. In behind the net, circles, looking, back to the point, Schneider. Brett tees it up, gets a quick wrist shot off. It's knocked down, carried to the blue line. And they didn't call that one. They could well have called a penalty on that one as he carried it a long ways. Bigelow steals in the slot. The shot, score!
Number 3, Jeff Bigelow. He just stripped number 8. I'm looking down here for a number or a name to go with the number.
Jason
Johnson. Jason was the last man back with the puck in his own end, and he hadn't met Mr. Bigelow before, and Jeff just stripped him with the puck, walked in, and unleashed a slap shot right along the ice, and it just seemed to handcuff Ryan Hawthorne.
Kind of crawled over his stick and in the net.
44 of the second period.
Off the face-off, puck back in the zone. Fauché after it. He can't quite catch up. Back to the blue line, but not out. Now it's controlled out to center ice, to the Massena line. Back there is Tommy Post with it. Post whips it around behind the net, but doesn't get it out of there. They're still going 4-on-4 for the next couple of seconds. And Massena will have about a 2-second power play as the puck comes through, and it's picked up and out to center ice. Adams gets knocked down. He can't come up with it. Down the ice it goes, but the icing is waved off. Oh, Adams just threw a wicked check. Where is the puck? As Adams lost his stick, comes in behind the net. And finally, it's picked up there by Ian Stanton. Stanton doesn't get it out of the zone. Fauché centering pass right in front. Murphy can't get the shot off. It kicks into the corner. Hard check by Adams again. Now Fauché goes after it in the corner. The puck is still free. They jam at it. Bounces around. Back to the point. Adams to Post. Post backhand into the slot. Bouncing around. Fauché backhand. Fired it wide. Back on the other side. Post pinches in. Keeps it in. Goes to Fauché behind the net. Man in the crease is Mike Adams. I think Mike thought he was a forward this shift.
Mike was all over the ice. He was throwing his weight around too. Handed out some heavy, solid checks down inside. Good shift for Mike, and they really had IHC bottled up. Tommy Post was pinching down from the point, and the Raiders were filling for him, but IHC was running around really out of position. They've kind of had some of the wind taken out of their sails. They may decide that they might win the battle in some of these penalties, some of these hits, but they're losing the war with these penalties.
On the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, Massena leads it 2-0. Oh, Adams just threw another wicked check. Mike, he's been rough all of a sudden. The puck dumped into the Massena zone, and Bruce DeRushy has to make a save from center ice. Adams picks up the puck. Maybe it's a little rougher out there than it looked first period. It comes free to Eddie Davis. Davis, headman to Fauché, right on his stick. Fauché breaking down the wing, slides it in the zone, comes in behind. Mike Savage picks it up. Bouncing pass into the corner. There's going to be a penalty, and it's going to go against IHC. As this time it was Fauché who got railed. And he's not quite as small as Whitka, but he's not that much bigger.
Well, it's put that one over in that category again on the far side, way over to the right. That's you can classify it as foolish or frustrated or not good penalties. He just, again, away from the play, and he turned around and railed the Massena player across the legs and got a tripping penalty. IHC is losing the composure. They're disciplined right now. They're really breaking down.
Off the faceoff, back to Thompson. He fakes the shot, waits. The shot hit a leg. Here's another shot right in front. It jam at it, and the puck goes up over the net. Murphy, who had an open net to shoot at, fired it just high, goes up into the wall, and the faceoff will come to the right side of goaltender Ryan Hawthorne, who all of a sudden is very busy.
Yes, Scotty was shaking his head. I don't know if he wanted to go upstairs. It might have hit a blade of a stick. Maybe we can look later on the replay, but it might have hit a blade of the stick and went up high. But he thought he had one for sure. He had the whole net.
Tracy will face it off against Neveldine, right side, in IHC territory. Back to the point, Thompson fakes a shot, goes to Murphy. Murphy in behind for McCracken, goes by him. It's back to the blue on Adams. Mike's having a good game. He just made a good save to keep it in. Around the boards, McCracken behind the net. Trying to slide it to Tracy, back to McCracken. McCracken to Tracy. Tracy back to Adams at the point. Mike with it. Goes to Tracy at the 45. Tracy steps by, moves it back along in the circle. Here's Tracy. Dumps behind the net for McCracken. McCracken back to Tracy. Tracy back to the point. Here's Adams, the drive through traffic wide. And it goes up, deflected off somebody and up into the wall. And we're down to 46 seconds in the Massena power play. 11:01 in the period on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. It's 2-0 Massena.
I think John probably made Mike eat his liver for dinner tonight. And he wants to take his aggression out on someone. So he's playing a whale of a game out there in the first two periods. He's
Mike
really
has
thrown his weight around.
He sure doesn't look like Big John. Off the faceoff, puck in the circle, comes to Bigelow in behind the net. Bigelow goes after it, and it's poked around, goes to Thompson. Thompson fakes a shot, gets by the defenseman, gets by another into the corner, right across the goal now. Shot, just wide by Morris, and IHC dumps it, and they're going to have a possibility of a breakaway if they can get in on it in time. They do. Here's a shot in behind the net, as getting back was Adams, and we're going to have a penalty. And Mike's going to get called for holding. Ooh.
Mike is claiming that the IHC player had his stick, and I think that's correct. And to get him off the stick, he dropped him with the shoulder. But Tommy Caruso didn't see it that way.
So that'll even things up here for 18 seconds, and IHC will go on the power play. Mike did a great job to get back that time.
You know, Bruce DeRushy had one of those plays that goaltender
What do you
dreads.
do?
What do I do? Do I come out? Can I beat him to the puck? Do I stay back in my crease? He made the right move. He elected to stay back, and by the time that the IHC player caught up with it, he was really deep down in the zone and didn't have a good angle to shoot. But that's one of those tough decisions, and you really have to make it boom like that.
That's right.
You can't delay.
Either go after it or you stay in your net.
Yep. We might have picked up a misconduct also.
Yep. So Mike's out for a while.
Oh, Coach Moore won't be happy with that because, you're going to lose a valuable player. Plus, again, you don't like to see that.
Here comes Post leading the attack. Quick shot goes way wide around the boards. Morris comes after it. He can't come up with it. Instead, it's Tyler Savage. Savage drops it off to the big guy, Gaffney. Gaffney trying to clear the zone, but Bigelow is there to almost steal the puck. He gets knocked down, but back the other way comes Mike Savage. Here's Savage. Quick shot. Save made by DeRushy. Gives up the big rebound, but it goes into the corner. Controlled there on the power play is IHC. Back to the point. Savage slides it right in front. Deflected in the glove. He drops it. The whistle blew, though. And that time, the whistle was early.
Yeah, he anticipated. Is that Wayne down? Yeah, Wayne Humel anticipated that Bruce was going to hold on to that or have control, and he didn't.
Oops.
A little break for the Raiders there.
Although he did cover it up.
Yes, he did. Massena, they had IHC really on the ropes. I felt you could see the momentum ebbing away from him, and you don't let him back in with a penalty now.
Bouncing into the corner, Tommy Post after it. Puck along the boards, controlled by who? Nobody yet. No, it's Massena kicking it out. Tommy Post, good second effort that time. Now the puck out at center ice. IHC trying to regroup. Along the blue lines, bounces into the zone, and Johnson gets by the defenseman. Sharp angle shot, saved DeRushy, the rebound, another big save. They poke at it, and it's underneath somebody. I think it's Bruce DeRushy. Big chance for IHC to come up with a goal there, and DeRushy is upset. Somebody nailed him, I think, when he was down in the pile. But
all I can say, that was a great save. I think the IHC player is probably shaking his head. That guy robbed me, and he did. He had 3/4 of the net, and he kind of just, I won't say took his time, but he was so sure that he was going to score that.
He gave DeRushy time to get back into the play.
Yes, he did. He gave him time to slide back in the play, but a great save by Bruce DeRushy.
30 seconds left in the Massena disadvantage. On the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, Massena leads it 2-0. A-Plus Mini Market and Agway, a couple of our sponsors. Puck backhanded, high over the net, goes into the corner. Now after it there, Sean Johnson. Johnson dumps it in behind the net. Back gets it back again at the 45, goes back to the point. Mike Savage, the shot knocked down, but it comes to Johnson in the slot. The shot, the save, the rebound, back to Johnson. He can't control it, and it's picked up by Tim Thompson. Does he get it out of the zone? He can't. Bouncing puck with 4 seconds left in the penalty. Here's Savage, shot knocked down into the slot, bouncing around, controlled by nobody in the corner. Now Massena gets a man back. They go back to the point. Here's a shot, and McCracken, here's another shot knocked down in front, and finally Massena's going to clear it. And the headman goes to McCracken off his stick, but he's going to get off the ice, and he sacrificed his body. Puck around the boards, back down in the Massena zone. There's going to be a foot race, and we're going to have an icing call, I guess.
Bruce DeRushy just exudes confidence in there. He's almost saying, okay, he challenged them. You can't score on me.
Well, wait a minute. One of the officials wanted to make the icing call. There's an inadvertent whistle. They'll face it off at center ice.
Center ice. But getting back to Bruce DeRushy down there, he just said to Icy, come on, see if you can score on me. You can't do it. And really displaying a lot of confidence in that net down there.
Puck goes in the Massena zone off the face. Timmy Thompson circling. Starts to move it out. Headman out to center ice. Intercepted there by Eric Plumpton, the defenseman. Off the boards to the Massena line. It goes into the corner. After it there is Thompson. Jamming for it behind the net. Puck kicks free. Tommy Post has it poked away. In behind. It starts in front. The save made. The puck side of the net. Where is it? Post takes a whack at it. He's got it. I'm not sure if there was a save there or not, but there may have been. Here comes Post lugging it out of the zone. He takes it across the blue line. Gets a shot off. And an acrobatic save made by Hawthorne. A little more acrobatic than necessary, I think. Now the puck around in behind the net. Things getting a little sloppy here. They jam. Oh, hard check thrown there by Massena. Around the boards, kept in by Levac. Comes in behind the net again. Controlled by the defenseman Plumpton. Around the boards, puck kicks free in the slot. Tommy Moore trying to come up with it. He can't. Post does. And it's finally kicked back out to center ice. Levac is there to dump it in the zone, and Massena's going to make a line change as they'll get that Fauché unit out there. Whitcup racing, throws a check. Puck bounces free, slides to center ice. Where is it? Nobody knows where the puck is, controlled by Watertown finally, and they dump it, Spaziani, into the zone. Bruce DeRushy stops it, leaves it for Post. Tommy starts out with it. Here comes Post. Center ice, hits the stick of Fauché, 3-on-1. Here comes Fauché across to Whitcup. Whitcup backhand, shot, save, the rebound goes, underneath the goalie. And again, Hawthorne acrobatics when it wasn't necessary.
Nice 3-on-1 play. The Raiders broke out. Tommy Post coming out of his own end, feathered a pass up to Joey Fauché and caught the IHC defenseman flat-footed and created a 3-on-1. The Raiders broke across the line. Joey laid a nice little pass over to Bobby Whitcup. And Bobby got off a good little backhander.
Here's a shot, Levac, just wide. The rebound comes in behind the net. Ed Davis goes after it, couldn't come up with it. Around the boards it goes, back to the blue line and out to center ice. Levac stops it, leaves it. Schneider doesn't get it out of the zone, and the shot goes in behind the net. That may have been off net, I believe. Now the puck along the boards. Massena trying to control it. Levac throws his weight around, gets it over to Schneider. Brett's headman goes by everybody. It's going to go down the ice, right in on the goalie. So no icing called. He leaves it for Gaffney, the big defenseman, back out to center ice. Whitcup, drop pass back to Schneider. Schneider Davis trying to lift it in the zone. That's blocked. And back comes IHC. They just dump it right in. DeRushy leaves it for Levac. Around for Whitcup, doesn't get it out of the zone. Here's a shot, goes way wide. Puck bounces back, and Davis pokes it ahead. And, he almost gets knocked down, goes after it anyway, and finally falls down as his momentum just carried him. And Massena makes a change. Stealing it is Whitcup. Whitcup in the zone. Doesn't have anybody helping him, though, as Massena in the middle of a line change. And IHC clears it. Levac dumps it to an open wing. In the zone it goes. Tracy races behind the net for it. Trying to feed it through, but Gaffney gets a piece of it. And around the boards it comes. Hard check thrown there. Tommy Post steps in. Bounces back to Tracy. His shot goes wide. Picked up by Murphy. Murphy right in front. Deflected. And the save made. Now Post keeps it in somehow. Now it's back out again. And here comes Peter Ritz. Ritz across the blue line, taken out of the play. Thompson back the other way from Massena. Here comes Thompson. 1-on-3. steps by, gets knocked down. The puck comes free and out to center ice. Oh, Post just threw a hard check. And the puck comes to the blue line. Post again. Feeding it along to Thompson. Thompson gets railed. And coming ahead, it comes to Murphy. Murphy, partial breakaway. He's McCracken, shot, and he fired it wide. Now the puck bouncing around. We're going to have a whistle. And boy, there have been some tremendous checks.
Oh, have some tremendous checks, all right. Both teams, it's not pretty out there. They're going up and down the ice. The flow of the game, the continuity of the game has been broken, but both teams are looking to hand out some heavy checks. And Tommy Post just annihilated number 18, Tyler Savage. Or was it his brother Mike? I'm not sure. Mike's in the box right now, but he hit him right here, right in front of us. One of the hardest checks we've seen this year.
Whoa.
But both clubs are right now, I don't think they're looking to pass or looking to receive a pass. Their primary objective right now is to hit somebody with the opposing sweater. And I think possibly Coach Savage has taken his time out. He's called his club over to the bench.
Whoa.
9:48.
So it's Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard says Massena 2 and IHC 0. There's some more penalties out there as well. Charging on Savage. And he got a misconduct for probably saying a few things.
I think in defense of the officials, 99.9% of the checks out there were good.
Legal checks.
Legal checks. The ones that weren't, there were a few that would have been penalties, but they actually missed. The players dodged them, so you can't call a penalty for what would have been. So the hits that were created out there were all good hits, solid hits. But I think they wanted to call something because you could see it.
Face off left side, bouncing in the circle. McCracken gets it back. Schneider at the point, feeds it. Murphy back to Schneider. Schneider over on the other side, Thompson. Thompson fakes the shot, goes to Murphy, his shot right in front of McCracken, and he fired it wide. McCracken all by himself right in front. Kept in by Thompson. Thompson gets railed, and the puck picked up there. And down the ice, it's Stanton. Stanton gets a shot off, and I think that was a save by DeRush. He kind of did a turtle act that time. Here comes Massena back out to center ice. Just want to control the play here, get it and set up. McCracken, head man to Schneider. Schneider right back to McCracken, goes behind him. And McCracken finally dumps it in the zone.
You don't want to dump it with a two-man advantage. You want to carry it in the zone.
Massena dodged the bullet, though. Schneider keeps it in. Feeds it around behind the net for Murphy. Murphy picks it up. 35 seconds left in the two-man advantage. Goes to Tracy. Tracy gets by the check. Can't get the shot off, though. And the puck bounces around behind the net. Picked up by Murphy. Scotty goes back to the point. Thompson right back to Murphy. Murphy shot.
Oh,
Score!
Yes.
And I think he hit the goalie in the shoulder,
Well,
and
he
hit the crossbar and went in.
Either that or he hit Pat Tracy in front, but it was a rocket. It was a rocket. The Raiders had thrown it around point to point, and finally Timmy Thompson dropped it down to Scotty, and he looked around. He couldn't find anybody, so he said, hey, I'll just drill it, and he did. And I thought it from this angle, maybe that I saw the puck, go up the top part of the net. But did you see a deflection there, Jerry?
I'm not sure. It may have been the goalie. Let's see what the official is. We'll have to pick this up.
Third goal scored by number 2.
No?
Thompson.
Thompson.
With assist going to number 20, Pat Tracy.
20, Tracy.
Scott McCracken.
They've got some numbers wrong there, I believe.
That's way off.
Yeah, Timmy Thompson. Scotty Murphy shot the puck. Now, whether it might have hit Pat Tracy in front, they're going to check out, Brett Schneider's telling them to check those numbers right now because Timmy Thompson right off the bat said, I didn't get the goal.
I'll take it, but, 4:03 left to go in the second period on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Massena leads 3-0. They haven't put the goal up yet either on the scoreboard. And we will tell you that our broadcast also brought to you by Collins Brothers, Sunny Service Station, Reynolds Metals, St. Lawrence Reduction Plant, by the Massena Paper Company on East Orvis Street, North Country Savings Bank, 22 Phillips Street in Massena. So,
whoever scored it, Jerry, it was a rocket. I know Scotty Murphy launched it, and it was just from about 25, maybe 30 feet out. It was a boomer.
But what happened was it looked to me like it caught the goalie on the shoulder, bounced up and hit the crossbar and went in.
Okay. I saw it change direction.
Second period, the goal.
Let's see what the official is. Yeah, it's Murphy. Okay. I think that's what happened.
Going to And number 2.
Thompson picks up an assist.
Number 11, Scotty McCracken.
And McCracken as well.
16 from 2 and 11.
Bigelow has it poked away. We're going to have delay offsides, but it's dumped down the ice. And Massena's still on the, well, now the power play's up. So we're back to 5-on-5. Let's see if we can stay that way for the period. What do you think?
I hope so, just for the sake of all those players on the bench that aren't getting a lot of ice time.
Well, Morris just threw a check. The puck bounces to Bigelow, and Jeffrey brings it across. Here's Bigelow, drop pass to Morris. Morris trying to go back to Bigelow, bounce the side of the net. Goalie Hawthorne got a piece of it, feeds it around the boards. Tommy Post does a good job to keep it in, but lost sight of it, and back out the other way. Here comes Tyler Savage. Savage across the blue line, tries to finesse it through, and does, and it's stolen away, and whistle, and penalties, holding on Massena.
Yeah, Tommy Moore is going to get it, but Tommy was playing defense. He filled for one of the Raider defensemen, carried the puck in, dove down, and the forward, Tommy, filled for him. And when IHC broke back down, it was a 2-on-2, but one of the Raider defensemen was a forward who's not used to playing there. And Savage put a little move on him and started to go around him, so Tommy Moore put the clutch on him.
So now IHC will go on the power play.
Excuse me, Jerry.
Massena leads it, although they haven't put it on the scoreboard yet. Massena leads it 3-0. And the faceoff will be inside Massena territory. Who do we have? Pat Tracy and Scott McCracken coming out to, there goes the 3, coming out to take the faceoff. Off the face, puck sits in the circle. Tracy can't control it. Backhander goes in behind the net. After it is Sean Johnson. Johnson, one of the assistant captains, back to the point. And that shot hit one of the IHC players in the head. And Tracy moves it to the blue line, can't get it out. He gets knocked down. Following up Thompson, he takes a whack at it. Here's a puck right in front. Johnson trying to center it, and he should have taken the shot, I think. Of course, it's easy for me to say, isn't it?
Timmy Thompson came back, and the IC player, I'm not sure it was number 10 or number 7, thought he was going to have an open shot at the net. Good job by Timmy Thompson, came back and hooked his stick.
Okay, here comes Sean Johnson. He gets stood up at the blue line. The puck goes into the zone, but Thompson is there to headman it off Tracy's stick down the ice. 45 seconds and counting left in the penalty. 3-0. Massena leads on the post scoreboard. And back the other way comes Spaziani, I should say. And across the blue line. Right in front, here's an opportunity, and it goes in behind the net. Good job by Schneider to tie up the IHC player. He bounces to the blue line, and it's tomahawked by Tracy back into the territory of IHC. And Massena will make a change as Fauché comes out along with Murphy. And the puck back at center ice. Across the blue line it comes. Tyler Savage gets a shot off. It's knocked down by Schneider. Schneider whacks at it into the corner. 3 seconds left in the penalty. Puck comes free. Schneider gets a piece of it, bangs it to the blue line, doesn't get it out. Here's a shot, comes right across the goal mouth. Thompson coming up with a puck, feeds it ahead. Thompson's going to lug it out of the zone. And he just got stood up, but the puck made it out of the zone. Right back comes IHC across the blue line. Nice move. Here's an opportunity in front. Big save by DeRushy. And the puck around the boards as the net's off its moorings as DeRushy got pushed into the net. But he made a good save right there.
Yes, he did. That's one. Timmy Thompson owes him one there. Timmy got undressed by that IHC forward and left a one-on-one with Bruce DeRushy in the IHC forward, and Bruce stoned him. Good job. That's when you go back and tap him on the pad. You say, I owe you one.
Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, we've got Fauché out there now.
You can forwards and defensemen can make a mistake up there, but the goaltender can't make one.
That's right.
He's the last line of defense.
Goalie makes a mistake, usually becomes a score.
That's right.
Okay, Bobby Whitcup now, head man on Fauché's stick. Davis breaking down the right wing. Here comes Fauché across the blue. Oh, nice move. Fauché backhander, the rebound into the corner after a good save. Comes back to the blue line. It's dumped down the ice by IHC, but they're going to wave the icing off as Levac comes back after it. Levac now has a little problem with it, has to feed it into the corner. IHC comes around behind the net, controls the puck, goes right into the slot, but is picked up there by Mike Adams, who's finally out of the penalty box, and he feeds it ahead to Fauché across the blue line. Joey, oh, another nice move. He's pretty good with that stick, but he's taken out of the play. Whitcup after it. Fauché, Whitcup in the corner. They jam for it, and the puck comes kicking out into the slot, but it's controlled by the Crusaders as they start back, or the Cavaliers, I should say. Across the blue line, here's an opportunity. Big save by DeRushy again on the shot by Jason Johnson. Puck around behind the net, back to the blue line, nobody at the point, but the big guy comes over Gaffney at the red line from center ice, and Durushi makes a save, but that'll be an offsides, and a intentional offsides the call, and that'll move the faceoff back down into IHC territory. So Massena pretty much has controlled the second period. However, IHC's had a couple of good opportunities, and when they have, big Bruce Durushi right there to stop them cold.
I'll tell you, number 6, Eric Plumpton, must think that the Raiders have Harry Houdini on their team, because Joey Fauché came down. He's still looking for him. He gave him a fake this way and a fake that way, and he's still looking for Joey. Great move.
Okay, we've got just 6 seconds left in the second period, and the puck sits in the circle off the face-off, and they whack at it. 2 seconds, one. That'll take care of the period right there. So the Raiders pick up a couple more here in the second period and lead it on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, 3-0 after 2 periods. Very different second period, though. A lot of rough, a lot of penalties. I don't know, almost got out of control, and you got to give the referees credit for taking control.
Yeah, they at one stage they were looking for something to call, because it was turning more into a rugby match than it was a hockey game here. And I'm sure Coach Mike Savage can't be pleased with his club. They broke down, lack of discipline that period. As we said before, they figured they might have won the battle on some of the checks they threw out, but they're losing the war badly, and they certainly didn't play the brand of hockey that they exhibited in parts of that first period. They were undisciplined, running around, foolish penalties, really, really foolish penalties. And I'm sure Coach Mike Savage is going to have something to say about that. Saves that period 13-12, 13 for Bruce Durushi, and 12 for Ryan Hawthorne. Total of 22 for Bruce, and 24, correction, and 22 for the IHC goalie, Ryan Hawthorne.
So we played 2 periods now. Massena leads at 3-0 going into the third. Our broadcast brought to you by the A-Plus Mini Market, downtown Massena. By Agway, the family farm, home, and garden center, South Main Street, Massena. Also by Collins Brothers, Sunny Service Station, East Orvis Street. Reynolds Metals, St. Lawrence Reduction Plant, working together. Their quality shines through. By the Massena Paper Company on East Orvis Street. North Country Savings Bank, 22 Phillips Street. By Homestead Dairies, West Hatfield and the corner of North Main and Maple Street. By the Seacom Federal Credit Union, Stern Street and Andrew Street in Massena. North Country Sports, Main Street, downtown Massena. Bogosian's Carpet and Furniture, 70 Willow Street, Massena. By the Massena Savings and Loan Association, 121 Main Street, Massena. Massena Building Supply, 70 Water Street. By Massena General Contracting, phone 764-5457 or toll free 1-800-427-0226. By the Massena Super Duper in the Hardhaven Shopping Center, Massena. And Hahn Welding Supply, located on Route 56 near the intersection of Route 37. Well, the Raiders are leading at 3-0 after 2 periods of play. 1 goal in the first period, 2 more in the second period. And again, Massena, the beneficiary of some penalties taken by IHC as they picked up another 2-man advantage goal.
Yeah, and the big goal probably in the period, Jerry. And early on, that man again, number 3, who was out there, he's all arms, legs, he's all over the place. Jeff Bigelow, he stripped the Watertown player just inside his own defensive end and walked in and scored a unassisted goal. That was a big one. As we said, that first period, pretty even Steven. And coming right out off the bat, at the 144 mark, I guess, and boom.
Clock as well. And Salmon River is down in the Clinton tournament. Salmon playing against Whitesboro tonight, I believe, and Clinton and Notre Dame, Utica Notre Dame, involved in the other game. So I don't know what Whitesboro has, but I talked to Bill Plon, and he said, oh, they're tough. They're tough. Of course, coaches always say that, so I really don't know.
Billy blows a lot of smoke, but he takes his show on the road, and he's got a good show to take on the road, and I'm looking forward to the Massena Salmon River game. That ought to be a classic.
It should be. Everybody seems to think Salmon River the team to beat this year in Division 1 or 2, and it looks like that's the case. They did lose an early one to Glens Falls, did not play well in the game, so we'll have to wait and see. That's a Friday night game.
Bruce DeRushy doing his Brian Hextall imitation down there. I like when he really fires himself up and hammering the goalpost with the goal stick.
Of course, he can kind of smell shutout now.
Yes, he can. He's
leading 3-0 with just 15 minutes to go, and he says, well, let's see if we can get a shutout here.
He's just oozing confidence out there, and his teammates can feel that. That just radiates right out from him, and that means a lot to a team.
Makes a big difference. I noticed when Skin confidence in. Whoa, what a difference that makes. Okay, here we go. IHC right off the draw takes it across. Here's a shot deflected right in front. And DeRushy gets the big goalie stick on it, clears it into the corner. Murphy picks it up, dumps to an open wing. It comes out to center ice. Tracy turns on the Jets, picks up the puck right in front, shot. Oh, big save by Ryan Hawthorne as Pat Tracy just turned on the Jets and made the save. The puck goes over the puck boards, and he just went right between the two defensemen, but a big save by Ryan Hawthorne robbed him.
Turned on the Jets. I haven't seen that. Those two IHC defensemen had a 30-foot head start on him, and he passed them both just outside the blue line, split them both, and picked up the loose puck. And only a great save by Hawthorne. What a burst of speed by Pat Tracy.
Tracy gets a shot off the faceoff, but it goes around the boards and out to center ice. Scotty McCracken dumps it ahead to Levac. Levac gets it back again, goes over to Thompson as Massena turns around, starts back. Here comes Murphy. Murphy's pass intercepted. Thompson tries to follow, but it goes up into the Massena bench. And the faceoff will come at center ice, well over on the bench side of the ice.
I'm watching both teams to see if that chippiness is going to subside or not. First couple minutes will set the tenor of the period, I think.
Okay, McDonald's going to come out and play a wing on this third line from Massena, as he had a pretty good play last time. He's got the puck. Taken out of the play, slides it in the zone, dumped back around, picked up again, and bouncing around in the circle. Finally, it's controlled by Watertown, and they dump it into the stands.
In that last period, Bobby Whitcup was out there. That third unit had a shift, and Bobby really got railed down along, would be to our left, down here to the east end. Really got railed by a big defenseman. I think it was Mike Savage, and he went to the bench kind of holding his ribs, and I wouldn't be surprised that he might have banged up a rib.
Puck comes right in front, and Tim Thompson just dodged a bullet as he put it right on the stick of Spaziani, but Spaziani was so surprised, couldn't get a shot off, and it trickled in on goaltender DeRushy, who made the save, and that's number 2 that he owes DeRushy. Okay, Fauché will take the face against Spaziani. Off the face-off. Fauché can't get the shot, but it is a shot, and it goes in behind the net, and now Levac doesn't. Yes, he does clear it out to center ice. Now Davis throws a check. The puck slides free. Picked up by Thompson. Thompson poke checked away from him by Jason Johnson. Johnson loses, and here comes Davis. Davis gets knocked down but manages to slide it ahead for McDonald, and it's in the zone way back. Gaffney, the big, huge defenseman, picks it up. Now Fauché throws a check. Thompson poke checked away from him, back down the ice, and Davis is going to know he's going to let it go, and Levac will pick it up, overskates it. Davis bounces it into the corner. Here's a sharp angle shot right in front. They jam at it. Puck sits to the side of the net, and DeRushy dives on it and makes the save. But Massena a little sloppy in their own end that time and almost cost them.
Yeah, more than a little sloppy, Jerry. Again, Bruce DeRushy to the rescue. We talked about the first couple of shifts setting the mood of the period, and that last shift was a little chippy out there. And I think if that continues, you'll see the officials looking for something to call to settle things down.
Jake Morris against Ritz. Off the face-off. Puck goes to Morris. Morris slides it out to center ice. Passes it ahead, goes behind Bigelow. Jeff comes back, picks it up. Across the blue line, he's got more. Feeds it right in front. Backhander shot. Where is it? Goes in behind. Big save by Ryan Hawthorne. Tommy was pretty far in, but he did get a good shot off. Now comes to Morris, who's at the point. Drops it. Tommy post. Feeds it in the corner. Bigelow after it. Bigelow taken into the boards. Puck bouncing around. Bigelow trying to move it along. It's still free. Comes in behind. Bigelow gets a stick on it, but it's controlled by Watertown IHC, and they finally break it out of the zone. Ritz across the blue line. He gets railed, and that was Mike Adams delivering the check, and he comes up away with a puck. Bounce pass to Bigelow. Here comes Jeffrey across the line. He stops and waits. Bigelow's going to backhand it. He was going in 1-on-2, decided not to try it. Goes in the corner. Tommy Moore trying to go back to the point. It's knocked down, and back out comes, just a hard check thrown by McCracken. Now back to the IHC blue line. A lot of changes going on. And McCracken says, I'll take that puck. Gets it bounced away. Back to Tracy. Tracy feeds it ahead. Murphy picks it up. Here comes Murphy. The shot from just inside. Big save, the rebound, but it's picked up by the defenseman Plumpton. Plumpton back, but not out. Adams, the big drive. Deflected wide. And ouch, that had to hurt. Finally, it comes all the way down the ice, but it jumped over Tommy Post's stick, so they waved the icing off. Tracy back for it. Pat picks up the puck. Feeds it. And loses it. That was Adams right in front. The puck comes. Here's a shot. They score. And Tyler Savage will get the goal on a Massena miscue, and that was coming for a while.
Yeah, it was. They were getting sloppy in their own end, and Massena defenseman overskated the puck in the corner. The IHC forward picked it up and threw it out front. Number 18, was it Mike Savage, 16 or 18?
18. Tyler Savage got the goal, I believe.
Okay. And he was in the slot, made no mistake. Nice wrist shot. Brewster Russia had no mistake.
So it's 3-1 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Massena leads, and off the face-off.
We'll see if IHC will stick to playing hockey now that they're back in the ball game. Another goal, and
so Savage gets the goal, and the puck comes out to center ice. Dump back in. Delay offsides, but IHC clears the zone. It's back out, back in again, and the offsides will be called as Tyler Savage touched it. So Savage gets the goal. I didn't pick up the assists on that, but I'm sure Steve did.
Steve did, and he's jotting it down right now. But we'll see if the IHC intensity picks up a notch. A goal will do that for you.
Off the face-off, puck in the Massena zone. Headman pass goes to Murphy. He's taken out of the play. Bouncing puck back in the Massena zone again. Puck taken away. Tyler Savage right in front, but it goes across the goal mouth. Nobody there. Bouncing into the circle. Bounced in the air and behind the net. Levac feeds it around. Ian Stanton steps in front of it. Winds up, can't get the shot off. And it bounces way up into the wall as Murphy got a piece of it.
I'll tell you don't want to make too many mistakes with this first unit of Savage, Johnson, and Dole in your own end. They'll capitalize. And the Raiders, again, dodged the bullet there. They made the second same mistake as cost them the first goal, and that time the shot just went wide. Okay, Sean Johnson and Ian Stanton draw the assist on Tyler Savage's goal at the 3:28 mark of the third period.
Spaziani out there now to face off against Massena's second unit of Jake Morris, Tom Moore, and Jeff Bigelow. In behind the net, it comes to Schneider. Schneider's backhander all the way down the ice. They wave the icing off, and it comes deep. In behind the net, Gaffney after it. Post trying to rush in there. He can't come up with it. And it's controlled to the blue line and slides out to center ice. Now Bigelow throws a check. The puck bounces free. Comes into the Massena zone. Spaziani cuts across. Gets a backhander off. It's knocked down. Schneider picks up the loose puck. Here's Schneider. Around the boards for more. Can't get it out. Here's a rising shot from the point by Mike Savage. And Bigelow trying to get it out. Can't. Followed up by Schneider. Schneider out to center ice. Bigelow pokes it away, and it goes deep into IHC territory. 10 minutes left to go in the third period, and on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, 3-1 Massena. As the puck at the blue line, Bigelow keeps it in for a moment, but it's bounced back down the ice in the Massena zone. It goes right on goaltender Brewster Rushy. Thompson with it now behind his own net. Steps by the check and starts out. Thompson, right in front of his own net. But he held on to it and gets it out to center ice. Feeds it ahead for Whitcup, and Whitcup lost the puck, just kind of overskated it, and it comes back along to Tommy Post. Post trying to feed it ahead to Davis, comes along the blue line, picked up, Fauché. Fauché feeds Whitcup, and Whitcup just deflects it in the zone. Back to the point, kept in there. Back to the point again, Thompson keeps it in. Finally, Watertown's going to clear it, and racing out of there is Eric Plumpton. He's got a 2-on-1. Here's Plumpton, the shot, and he fired it wide. Puck back to the point. Here's another shot deflected wide. Puck comes around to the other point. Plumpton, who's deep, comes back for it. Here's Plumpton. Back to the point, the shot. Another save this time by goaltender Brewster Rushy. Plumpton gets it back again. His pass, side of the net, and DeRushy pokes it in the corner. They jam for it. Picked up finally by Massena. Tommy Post gets it out of the zone. Here comes Post. He's got a 2-on-1 with Whitcup. Post takes it. The shift, the shot. Nice save. Whoa. Big save by Ryan Hawthorne. And the puck comes into the corner. Now bouncing back to the point. Kept in by Levac. Levac trying to feed it through to DeRushy. Not DeRushy, to Fauché. But the puck all the way down the ice. And icing will be the call on IHC. So Massena a little sloppy in the third period, and IHC has started to take advantage of that fact.
IHC was putting all kinds of pressure, and they had a couple of shots just go wide. Number 6 drifted one, Eric Plumpton, just off the far post. He didn't miss by 2 inches. And the Raiders had a chance to clear the zone. They did, and I was surprised, a mistake on the third unit. They were tired, and when the Raiders cleared the zone, they didn't go off. They continued down into the offensive end.
Okay, here comes Sean Johnson back out to center ice, feeding Tyler Savage. His shot, glove save by DeRushy. He leaves it for Levac. Levac in behind the net, feeding it around the boards for Tracy. Tracy trying to get it up to Murphy. Backhanded back into the corner. Savage into the slot, but right there is McCracken. McCracken, long cross-ice pass. Murphy into the zone, takes it across. Murphy's shot, fired it high over the net. Back to the point, Adams with it. Adams just dumps it in the corner, dumped right back out. Here's Savage to an open wing. They try to move it in the zone, and it comes deep in Massena territory. Mike Adams is there to pick it up. Adams feeds it around for Murphy. Murphy lets it go, comes back to the point, dumped to an open wing, but right there is Pat Tracy to pick up the loose puck. Here comes Tracy, stopping, has it batted away, and back into the Massena zone. Levac racing to pick it up. Brian Levac starts out, moving out left side. Headman pass right on the stick of Bigelow. Jeffrey trying to feed Morris, and he gets railed. Hard check thrown by Ian Stanton. Now the puck back to the blue line, out to center ice. Here comes Sean Johnson. Johnson goes wide. Schneider takes him into the corner. Puck comes in behind the net. We have a whistle, and there's going to be a holding call on IHC, I believe. That is a foolish penalty.
That's a bad one because they were certainly taking the game to Massena. The last 3 or 4 minutes, it's been all IHC.
That's going to be Sean Johnson. As good job there by Brett Schneider to ride him wide, and I think that was a little retaliation call there, as he just got a little upset about that. So Massena will go on the power play.
When Scotty Murphy gets up a full head of steam down that left side, and they throw that rink-wide pass to him, he's a tough package to stop going down there.
Okay, here comes Massena on the power play now. Timmy Thompson feeding for Bigelow, bouncing around along the boards. They jam at it just across the blue line. Here comes Morris. Morris, sharp angle, fires it wide. Around the boards, kept in by Schneider. Morris in the slot. Fauché, his shot knocked down. Goes into the corner. Here's Morris, back to the point. Schneider fakes the shot, goes to Morris at the 45. Back to Schneider. Schneider fakes the shot. Morris, top of the circle, back to Schneider. Schneider winds up his shot through traffic, deflected up into the wall.
Jerry, one big noticeable difference between the IHC and the Raiders, at least tonight, and it's so noticeable, the shot selection from the point. IHC, let's say that they've had 15 shots to pick a number from the point. Probably 12 of those have been above the shoulders. The Raiders' shots from the point have been low and right on the net. Those are the ones that you want. Those shots are deflectable. Big difference.
Off the face-off, puck in the IHC zone. Plumpton dumps it out to center ice. Mike Adams. Adams over to Big Murphy on the left wing. Takes it across. Here's Murphy dropping it to Thompson. Back to Murphy. Murphy circles in behind the net. Back to Thompson. Thompson over to Adams. Adams trying to go to Murphy right in front. Murphy shot. Save. The rebound right back to Murphy. Trying to bounce it in front of the net. Murphy back to the point. Adams. Mike fakes the shot. Goes to Tracy. Tracy circles around. Back to the point. Adams. Adams, the drive. Deflected. Oh, nice save. Whoa. As McCracken right in the slot to make the deflection. But Ryan Hawthorne made a big save.
Again, you notice the shot right along the ice. Low, probably 2-3 inches off the ice. Great shot. The Raiders, again, they worked it around. They isolated Scotty Murphy. They tried to get him from on the diagonal defenseman on across ice. And they did that time. And a beautiful pass over here by Mike Adams to Scotty. He just shot it wide.
Face-off will come to the left side of Ryan Hawthorne. Bouncing puck off the face-off, still sitting in the circle. And it's back out to center ice as nobody knew where that one was going. And slides back in the Massena zone. Thompson back to pick it up. He overskates. Pokes it to Adams. Adams back to Thompson. Thompson trying to feed Murphy, but it's dumped to an open wing. And the penalty is up. Here comes Adams. Bouncing back to Thompson. Thompson gets it out to center ice. Back into the zone. And they're going to call a delay offsides. Does Watertown touch it? No, they get it out. Dump back in again. And now finally, Watertown clears the zone. In behind the net. Here comes Pat Tracy, loses it, and somehow kept it in the zone, and he feeds Murphy for a breakaway. Here comes Murphy breaking into a goalie shot, fired it high into the wall. And with 5:01 left, the whistle blows, and I don't know if he got a piece, the goalie got a piece of it or not. Apparently not, because the faceoff will come outside the zone. So Massena has not scored on, what, 3 breakaways tonight?
I think so. But don't ask me to describe that last move by Pat Tracy. I don't think I can. The best we can say, lying prone on the ice with the puck underneath him, he swept by 3 IHC defenders and created a breakaway.
I'll tell you what it was. It was fortunate for him.
It was
what it was. Yeah. As it could have been 3 on none on the goalie.
Going the other way.
That's right. Okay, puck in the corner now. IHC trying to get it out. Massena trying to keep it in, but IHC is going to control it out to center ice. Here's Plumpton's rising shot goes wide, and after it is McDonald. McDonald has it taken away. It goes right in front of the goal crease, and that deflected off Mike Adams, and Bruce DeRushy had to be quick to keep that out of the net.
The Raiders have got to adjust this last few minutes, or their defensemen realize that the IHC is going to be pinching a lot more.
Oh,
and when they run that puck from the strong side to the weak side, that weak side defenseman is running right down to the corner. They're willing to gamble. So they're going to have to make an adjustment on that. Maybe reverse the flow or come up the middle a little more.
Of course, IHC trailing by 2 with 4:36 left. They have to gamble. And Massena has to play solid hockey here. Puck bounces back to the point. Over on the other side. Here's the drive. Deflected in behind the net. Bouncing puck goes in the corner. Levac whacks it. Doesn't get it out. At the point. Here's a shot. Goes in behind. Here's a sharp angle. Knocked down in the corner. Good opportunity there for IHC. Puck around the boards. Jason Johnson after it. It's fed around the boards. Kept in by Mike Savage. He tees it up. His shot deflected wide. Comes right into the slot. A backhander goes wide. And Bigelow backhands it. Doesn't get it out. Here's a shot. Goes wide again. Finally, it's picked up by Tommy Moore. Moore falls down. Trying to whack it, doesn't get it out of the zone, comes in behind the net again. Here comes Brett Schneider. Schneider moves it ahead. Bigelow doesn't get it out, comes back to Schneider. Schneider still doesn't get it out. Here comes IHC, backhand save, rebound in the slot, in the corner, Schneider. There's going to be a penalty. It's going to go against Massena. And IHC is going to go on the power play with 3:41 left to go in the third period. And Massena just couldn't clear their zone.
No, Wayne called it. He's calling him interference. Again, he was a little slow. But Brett Schneider made a play. Brett's getting the penalty. Made a play just before that really, heady defensemen make. Shot came from the point, and it was off the net. Brett could tell that. He started to go down with his stick to put his blade on, and the puck was hopping. But instead of doing that and possibly redirecting the puck and having it go by Bruce DeRushy, he just let it go because he knew it was going to be wide. Real heady move.
Okay. So Massena will have to try to kill one off here. Face off in the Massena zone. Tracy out there to take the draw. I think that's Sean Johnson facing off against him. No. Dole. Did they kick Dole out of the circle?
Chase him. Now he's chasing
Tracy out of the circle. So McCracken will take the face off. Off the draw, puck in the slot. Back to the point it comes to Mike Savage. Savage goes to Tyler Savage. His shot, and it goes around the net. And back out to center ice. McCracken looks to pick it up. He can't. Now it's picked up by Savage. Savage feeds it across to the other Savage. The shot knocked down. The rebound. Where is it? In behind the net. Now it's picked up by Tracy, who feeds it down the ice. 3:15. Massena up 3-1. And it's IHC on the power play. Mike Savage with it. Feeding it across. Gets it back again. From Gaffney, the big guy. Tracy knocks it down. Savage comes up with it, but loses it. Adams finds the hole and dumps it down the ice. Goes in behind the cage.
Captain Pat Tracy doing yeoman's work out there, killing his penalty off also.
Okay, here comes Savage, feeding it ahead for Sean Johnson. Across the blue line, has it swept away at the last minute. McCracken whacks at it, goes around the glass. Mike Adams with it, kicks it around. Pokes it free. It comes to the side of the net. Now Thompson in there. Over to Adams. Adams looking for the hole. Gets it out to center ice again. Now it's Plumpton. He and Adams go for it. Plumpton feeds it over on the other side to Ian Stanton. Stanton takes it across the blue line. Thompson is there. Doesn't get it out of the zone, though. Back to Plumpton. 5 seconds in the power play. Plumpton the drive. Score! And it's 3-2.
This was going to turn into a nail-biter. 3-2 with 2:13 left. A big shot from the point. Now, I don't know if Bruce was screened or it hit somebody in play.
So it was a power play goal. Massena had almost killed off Levac's penalty, but it was Plumpton from the point. And so now we've got a 3-2 game with 2:13 left.
Again, that shot from the point, it was a low shot. It was caught the top corner, but it found its way through there. Bruce was probably screened.
Off the face-off, puck goes back to the Massena line. Post trying to feed it ahead, has it taken away, but coming back and into the zone, across the blue line, poked back out again. And now they have to wait for their wings. IHC controls, trying to get it back in the zone. They take it across. In behind, now Post throws a check. The puck underneath the forward for Watertown. They jam at it. Post is in there. Moore is in there fighting for it. And Post trying to come away with it. It comes to Schneider. Schneider gets the pass back again. In behind the net. Goes around to Tommy Moore. Moore gets it out to center ice. And it comes back with 1.5 left in the third period. Jake Morris picks up the loose puck, and the defenseman fell trying to center it, but it gets knocked down. Back to Schneider at the point. His shot deflected. Oh, just wide. Rebound, Bigelow in the corner. Bigelow goes back to Schneider at the point. Schneider kept it in somehow. Feeds it over to Moore. Moore right side of the goalie. Backhander Morris. The save made by Ryan Hawthorne. Now the puck in behind the net. Moore with it. Throws a check. Bouncing puck. Finally controlled. Who's got it? It's around behind the net. Now Schneider in there trying to pinch in. And Bigelow. Bigelow comes away with a puck. Bigelow centering Morris, but it's knocked down. And it's out to center ice. And here comes Vince Spaziani across the blue line. They pull their goalie. The net is empty, and the puck is in the Massena zone. In behind the net now, around the boards, Murphy. Murphy just dumps it, and down the ice it comes. That'll be an icing call against Massena. And with 41 seconds left, the faceoff will move back in the Massena zone.
The Raiders figured the best defense is a good offense because they win on the offense that shift. In fact, I was kind of surprised their defense were diving, up by a goal with less than a minute to go. But they had the Cavaliers bottled up. This is going to be a real big face-off. We'll see if Coach Moore would consider putting two centers out there. But I guess he's got confidence in Scotty McCracken if Pat is thrown out of the face-off. Here we talked about big face-offs so far all year long, and here this is a big face-off.
Okay, Sean Johnson. His line out there against the Tracy line.
My money's on Pat.
Out the face, he wins it. McCracken lifts it down the ice. It's going to go into the open net. Score! And I'll tell you what, McCracken did a heck of a job because he lifted it to save it from being an icing. And you got to give an assist to the IHC player who tipped it, and I think that directed it in the net.
Yes, I think it did. As it was, it hit the goalpost. But going back, the big thing, Pat Tracy won the draw, and Scotty McCracken slid through his check, picked it up, skated over the blue line, and hoisted a long shot, redirected somewhat by the IHC player, as you mentioned, and it just caught the inside of the post. And I know, an inch the other way, and it would have angled outside. That one just kissed off the post.
Off the face-off at center ice, bouncing around, comes to the IHC blue line, trying to move it ahead. Tyler Savage backhands it into the Massena zone. Mike Adams whips it around the boards. 23 seconds left. Bouncing around. They jam at it along the boards, and it comes free. Poked around. Where is it? McCracken bounce pass down the ice. That's going to go right on. And the goalie will have to play it, so there's no icing. 8 seconds left. Puck slides out to center ice. Bouncing around into the Massena zone. Here comes Sean Johnson. Adams takes him out of the play as the buzzer sounds. So there were a few tense moments, but Massena comes up with a victory and will go against BFA in the championship game. That should be a dandy tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock, and we'll be right here to describe all the action to you on WMSA. We certainly hope you can join us. So Massena with a 3-0 lead coming into the third period kind of slacked off a little, and Watertown IHC took advantage, got one goal, then a power play goal, and finally it ended up 4-2 Massena on an open net goal.
Yeah, the Raiders, I won't say came out flat, but maybe they felt the ball game was over after 30 minutes. But in any type of sport, you got to play the full. It's not over till the fat lady sings, as they say. And the Raiders were a little complacent, a little sloppy. And full marks to IHC because they decided to play some hockey this period. A little better effort than in the second period when they were very chippy and running around.